Okay, we're getting ready for Glaceon's test. In the meantime, let's see what challenge I'll be doing for today. Today's the 20th. 4 more days to Christmas. So, let's see what's in number 20. Excuse me, guys, I just need to move the tree. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Jigglypuff. Let's open number 20, shall we? For some reason, these are getting harder and harder to open. Ooh! It is Bulbasaur, the caring Pokemon, and a grass type. That's going to be interesting. Have I had a grass type before? I don't think I have. I wonder what type of challenge I can do with Bulbasaur. But let's move the tree back. Move Jigglypuff back to where they need to be. And let's see what's in 20 of the Harry Potter. The 20 is this one here, which is the monster book. So scary. Let's see if it's scary inside. Ooh. Ah. It's a piece of cloth. Oh, is someone telling me I need to wipe my glasses? I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it is someone trying to tell me I need to clean my glasses. It's a little... Oh, it's a handkerchief! It's a little Harry Potter handkerchief. Oh, that's useful. Oh, wrong way round. There we go. Well, we've got a handkerchief and we've got Bulbasaur. That's going to be interesting. I'll have to have a little bit of a think about it, but hopefully it can be something quite fun as we get really close to Christmas. I better get back. I better head off to work before I get into trouble. So, catch you guys a little bit later. Okay, so today's clues weren't very easy. You had Bulbasaur and you had a rag which you could use to clean your glasses. Now, I've had a good long hard think and I can't think of a challenge for today. This video is coming out quite late because I was so tired from work that I actually had a longer nap than I usually do. But the longer nap kind of helped because the problem is that I can't plant anything because I haven't got anything to plant. And grass means something new. And I couldn't really think of anything that I could do, really. I mean, the glasses one as well. I don't wear my glasses, so if I snap my fingers, maybe putting my glasses on will help. Nope. Now I just look like a teacher. I did find my Tic Tacs though, which was quite good. Now I just look like a teacher. So, that helped. Not. However, it did remind me of something else about Bulbasaur. And it was how Ash Ketchum met Bulbasaur. At the time Bulbasaur met Ash, or rather the time Ash got introduced to Bulbasaur, he was looking after a nursery of Pokemon in the middle of the woods. They were introduced through Oddish. Oddish is a bulb type Pokemon, and Bulbasaur has the bulb on his back. It reminded me of another time when a single act of kindness made a difference for two children. This story is part of a fairy tale, and you might know the fairy tale when I tell you it, but then again, I'm not 100% sure of the details myself, so let's tell the story and see how we go. So in a small village in the centre of England, there were these two children. The village knew the children. They see them every single day, walking around, picking up stray pieces of wood. They also knew that they were very poor. They only ever wore a pair of trousers and a t-shirt, and the little girl wore a dress. All their clothes were ripped and patched up and dirty. It wasn't that they didn't know how to wash. They washed every single day. They used to spend from sunrise to sunset looking for the logs, often with very little food. They were incredibly skinny and incredibly pale. The children always had a habit of stopping nearby the sweet shop. They loved the ice cream that was there, and they loved the gorgeous different colours that were each of the ice creams: lemon, strawberry, bluebell, bubblegum. They used to love to sit in the window and just watch the colours go by. There were two shopkeepers of the sweet shop. One didn't mind the children looking in the window. In fact, he found it quite cute. The other would always shoo the children away, believing that their appearance would bring bad business. However, the shopkeeper was very sad. The good shopkeeper. He hated watching the children walking around, but he hated it because to him it felt wrong. The children were always cold and hungry. The rags they wore was barely able to cover their bodies. It just felt wrong. Every night, the children would return home to their little cottage. The cottage was run down and beyond prepared, but their mother did not have enough money. But their mother did not have enough money to spend on good things like repairing the windows or fixing a wall or two. In fact, they barely had enough to eat. All they had to eat was a loaf of bread that was stale, very stale, and half a mug of milk, which the children had to share. Times were tough. The mother had gone for days without food, fearing that she'd never be able to feed her children. The wood that the children had collected was used to heat up the house, but often it was never enough. The repair alone caused the heat to not stay in the house, and once again the children were cold. Every night they'd go to their beds which were barely even straw. Their rags that they used for their bedding barely covered their tiny bodies. And every night the mother would blow out the single candle that they owned, allowing them the littlest of heat and the littlest of light. She wished the kids good night and walked sadly away. That night, was Christmas Eve. Once again, they were going to celebrate a Christmas on their own. Or so they thought. The kind shopkeeper, seeing the children wallowing into the cottage, noticed the poor house. He peered through the window and spotted the mother, curling in a chair that barely was able to stand. She didn't even have enough money to buy wool to even knit. She just sat in the chair, staring at the fire that had been created from the wood the children had bought. Just sadly staring at it, without hope. That was it. The shopkeeper had had enough. He couldn't bear to watch the kids be poor any longer. Even if he could do one deed, he would do it that night. Do the Christmas miracle of giving. He called up his friends, the butcher and baker, and told them his plan. Said that he would pay for everything. The butcher and baker had also spotted the children that day. The children had helped a young woman pack her bags, while the baker had watched the children lead an old woman across the road. They knew these children were kind. They refused the money. The next morning, the children woke up. They were about to head off once more to find wood. They didn't have a day off on Christmas Day. A day off meant no heat. But as they walked out of their bedrooms, they were shocked and surprised to find the window had been repaired. The walls patched up, not greatly, but could be of improvement. The fire was hot, and fresh wood stood nearby the fireplace. As they rubbed their eyes, the mother was giggling. She grinned a happy little grin and indicated the three men standing behind her, the butcher, the baker, and the shopkeeper. As the children stared in complete surprise, the three men smiled at the children, smiled at the mother, and indicated at the table. On the table was the most delicious feast you could ever imagine. Turkey, sausages, mince pies, meat pies, the whole lot. The butcher and baker had spent all night cooking and preparing this wonderful feast, while the shopkeeper had gathered his friends, the builders, to repair what they could without disturbing the children. The shopkeeper also found wool for the mother to knit as they did this, and she was very grateful. But not as grateful as the children. They didn't even need asking. They ran towards the feast, the first meal they'd had for days. They began to eat and eat and eat. The mother joined them soon after, and they had the best Christmas meal ever. The next morning, the children woke. They headed off to the shopkeeper's shop, gathering up their wood. But when they arrived at the shopkeeper's shop, the shopkeeper let the children in, gave them an ice cone each, and then indicated to the register. There, behind the register, smiling happily at the children, was their own mother. The shopkeeper had offered her a job. The baker had offered her an assistant job, helping to deliver the bread, and the butcher even offered to show her how to make mince pie. The children had the best Christmas that year, and continued to have the best Christmas, which they shared with the butcher, baker, and the shopkeeper. And I hear to this day that they're still having the best Christmas ever. Sometimes all we need is a little kindness, particularly this year. I don't know how long this lockdown is going to be. All I do know is I plan to make every day up to Christmas the best I can be. and the best that we can be. I gotta go. Talking of kindness, I finally gotta try and get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow to see what challenges we have. Bye for now. Stay safe, stay well, keep the magic in your fingertips. Always remember to be kind. Bye for now.